All right, distinguished guests, welcome one and all to North Carolina Air Hockey Day. It is March 16th. It is beautiful here in the Triangle area. If you're tuning in for the first time, welcome. We are here to play some freaking air hockey. Today, we have a set of challenge matches ahead of us. First and foremost, we have Dean, the Mean Ionuel. I'll keep figuring it out. Dean, world rank 69, NC 18 versus Greg, the Great Givens, world rank 82, North Carolina 21. Neither of those are their nicknames. I did not ask for permission to give them either of those, but here we are. I am your commentator, Timothy Spidey Young, to take you on a little journey. We are about to start our match. It is best 3 out of 5 sets. A set is 4 out of 7 games. So strap in. We got some air hockey ahead of us. We got our ref Amber about to do the face-off. You're gonna see. You're gonna do. Ask if they're gonna do face-off every game. They are gonna opt for USAA rules, so it's gonna be only one face-off. Here we go. And so under that face-off, the person who wins that is going to determine the possession on which side of the table, and we are going to draw first blood with a very unfortunate self-score. Happens even to the best of us, quickly evened out 1-1 each. Like I said, we have a lot of air hockey ahead of us, and both of these players are no strangers to each other. Both of them have played their fair share of matches and tournament games. So we can quickly see here as they tie themselves up 2-2. Spoke too soon. 3-2. There, you had a quick flub on the scoreboard there. Oh. As you can see, Greg is one of our premier ambidextrous players. We haven't seen him switch yet, but you might see him switch on that flat top of his. He is known for switching to his left hand. A little bit of lore for Greg. He wants... Oh, there he is. There's the switch. He usually switches on offense. It's playing defense with an offhand might just be inviting disaster, but we'll see how those transition games will play there. Just kind of flirting with the center line. Dean is wearing, as you can see on his tank top, Austin 316. That is in reference to the fact he told me today is Stone Cold Steve Austin Day, March 16th. I wonder if he only is allowed to wear that shirt one day out of the year. Nice right wall under there. Gonna keep him in this game. You can see again, Greg switching his mallets here and there, but that is not going to do him any good as Dean will tie up this game. Ooh, nice. Very, very narrow cut there. Just going to sweep by his mallet. Dean has to... Who's going to pull a left wall under? A little bit of a back of the wall there. You know, like I said, these players have a lot of air hockey ahead of them, so they're going to have to really buckle down and know that this first game is nothing that will not set the stage for their match, but in the grand scheme of things, we're going to 6-6 either way for the first game of this match. What a way to start off some North Carolina air hockey, folks. Oh my goodness, what a block. Greg the Great is going to take game number 1, 7-6. What a way to start us off. That is going to be quite a mean way to lose and quite a mean way to win, but yeah. Dean has to
I hear you, Tim.
Yeah, I know. He's going to quickly turn that around. We have 1 minute until these folks, or 2 minutes if they do choose, to get their heads back in the game and get right here for game number 2. What a way to kick us off on Stone Cold Steve Austin Day.
Representing really well. Steve Austin rolling in his grave at the start. He's not even dead.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, canonically alive right now, rolling in his figurative grave at the site of being mentioned in a North Carolina air hockey game. But I hope that he would. Steve, if you're watching, we love you, and we hope that you're having a great time. We're not referencing Steve, the owner of the gym. We are referencing, in fact, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Steve Austin, huge fan of broadcast.
Huge fan. But we are going to go ahead and reset our scores and get back into game number 2 of set 1. Anything can happen. You know, this is game 1 for the folks, as I'm going to just go ahead and add these scores. It's determining where possession started. Yeah. All right, like I said, the puck will always start on the right side of the table, so Greg will start with possession as we go into game number 2. If you're watching us here on YouTube, I would love to hear where you're watching from, if you're enjoying Air Hockey Day here in North Carolina, and what you're up to. Game number 2 is up and ready. Nice right wall under from Dean there. Another back-to-back right wall under. And these games are really going to be, especially in the early stage, you know, where we have so many sets ahead of you, overcalled there. Make sure you're not going too far over that center line. Both these players have their own respective pretty good wingspan, but both these players are really going to be kind of figuring each other out, right? They're going to have to get real comfortable with each other's play styles to figure out where the gaps in the armor are. Switching up from 2 right wall unders in a row to a left wall under. Dean is really showing some versatility there. You know, I was here when he was warming up earlier this morning, and he mentioned that shot he just took there, which is a double bank, which is a right wall shot you take, and it ends up on the left wall, just skirting its way. Yeah, he said he was going to be working specifically on that shot today to see when he can pull it out, because bank shots are pretty difficult to pull off. Apparently not difficult enough for Dean the Mean. With a cross. Dean is showing up after being 7-6. He attempts to skunk Greg, but Greg is not going down without a fight, making this a 6-1, turning it into a 7-1. What a drastic change in momentum here, as Dean attempting to skunk Greg, doesn't pull it off, gets the 7-1, but we are tied 1 game apiece, back into 1 minute each. We have a match ahead of us here, folks. Again, only set 1. Looks like Dean was able to figure out some of those unders.
Thanks. Do I have to put on the second Waffle House sleeve? Because I do have 2. Not yet?
I think 1 is...
It's more than enough. You know, I got a pair of these Waffle House sleeves. You can get them if you work at Waffle House. But I never got a job there. And the kid said if I tipped him $10 extra, he'd give me a pair. So now I have some employee-only Waffle House swag. I want to get. They have a vet
do a bit of a curtain adjustment there. But we're ready to get into game number 3. Dean will be starting with the puck. He just made a big statement with that 7-1 there. Let's see if Greg can shake that off. Ooh, nice cross from Greg there. Quickly answered. Dean's really rocking these bank shots today, finding out where those reflexes are too slow for Greg to block. Dean's offense is looking pretty tasty today, I'll tell you that much. Nice diamond drift into a right wall. Textbook, as we like to say. He responds with a bank shot of his own. I think that was off his left hand, too. Greg already scoring twice as many points as he did from the last game. I would call that a marginal improvement. See if we can get a, we might be able to triple it. Table turns off. I call that nature's timeout when the table times out. Here we are. Greg is in a very familiar spot. He has to try to pull out and make some kind of a... Oh, there it is. Like I said, he was planning to triple his score from the last game, and he does. As Dean takes game number 3 and takes his second game of the match. He's only 2 games away from taking the first set of this challenge match. As if you're tuning in for the first time, Greg is up 2-1 in a best 3 out of 5 match. This is North Carolina Air Hockey Day. It's March 16th. We are planning to have these kind of every month at North Carolina Air Hockey Day, where we are going to broadcast these lovely matches here at the Archetype Strength Gym, owned by Steve Olson, our lovely benefactor, who is allowing us to play these games at his gym, where we are seeing some high-octane air hockey gameplay. We heard during the break, Dean was talking about breaking out the second Waffle House compression sleeve, but that might happen later in the game when things get a little bit sweatier. Dean, you're kind of sitting across the table from me. What does the compression sleeve do for you and do for your air hockey game?
What it does for me, nothing positive. It's more of just a way to reach out to future sponsors, show off the real estate, so to speak, kind of like a billboard. What it does for my game, it just keeps it all together. It's like wearing Spanx.
Understood. It's like Spanx for your arms, everybody. But yeah, North Carolina is always looking to partner with organizations willing to see what North Carolina air hockey can do for their brand. If you are watching and you are a member of a company or some kind of organization looking to up your message, we are always open for sponsors. In the past, we've been sponsored by Tito's Handmade Vodka and Mountain Time Lager, and we have our upcoming state tournament taking place this June. Check us out, North Carolina Air Hockey players online. But we're going into game number 4. Greg will start with the possession there as we go into game number 4. Greg has to make some kind of turnaround in order to tie up their games up. He's down by one game, and this could quickly be anyone's game. Puck was in play. Dean was right there and ready. I've been watching his defense. I've played against Dean in the past. I've never won a match against him. I'm not going to say it's a sore spot for me or anything, but he did take my number 69 world rank from my clutches in the past, and that's the rank he's defending today. So I'm very interested to see how his defense, how his offense is going to evolve to make sure he holds on to that coveted world rank. Greg breaks the silence, takes his first point of this game. Dean returns. What a volley. You see these back and forth shots. And you often see this a lot in air hockey is usually after you're scored on, you can quickly return and try to get that momentum back, but it quickly becomes a game of service of being able to put that puck exactly where you want it and take the one shot it takes to try to turn this game around for yourself. That's what Greg's going to try to do. Try to keep that possession. You see how close he lets that puck float to the center line. What a block by Dean there. Just keeping that from turning this into a tied game. Like that puck will go off the table and go back to Greg. Ooh, that switch to the left hand will lose that possession for Greg. Oh, whoa, no. Back and forth. Sometimes the puck is kind of flying wildly. Your defense can't prepare for it. Dean will take that. 7-5, making this next game potential game, the potential set game. Greg is down. Okay. Dean just let us know that he's taking a 2-minute break. He's going to revel in that victory for another 120 seconds. He's gonna wallow. He's gonna writhe around like it's a little mud pit. He's gonna step outside, take a breather, and we'll be back in a couple seconds. Woo-wee. If you're following along with us, you can watch our scoreboards for the match are in the YouTube description. We are updating those scores along as we go. Our ref is going to come over here and pet our dog, our mascot for the day, keeping us in high spirits as we continue with more high-octane air hockey gameplay. I've played Greg in the past, and I know that his game style evolves and changes throughout, and I know that he is racking his brain to figure out how he can turn this set around for himself and keep himself in this game. So, another 60 seconds on the clock until we're back in this.
Amber's so small and the pit bull inside thinks that she's a toddler. As a proud owner of a pit bull that is twice your stature or his size, he wouldn't touch anything. Unless there's food in its hand, he really wants nothing to do with it. Yeah, I'll bring some flat food. Some flat head.
All right. going to go ahead and reset our scores there. We're going to get right into game number 5. Greg's also going to come over and pet our mascot. Try to get some that heart rate down just before he gets that heart rate back up again. You're on the mic, and you can hear me saying that I'm petting my lovely our lovely air hockey mascot for the day. His name is Jägermeister Air Hockey Young. He's a great boy. Might pop on camera later.
That dog's middle name is Air Hockey?
It is now.
Yeah.
His middle name is Bomb.
Bomb?
Yeah, so it's Jaeger Bomb Young.
Jaeger Bomb Young.
Yeah.
Starting young. Jaeger Bomb.
All right, going into game number 5. Potential set game. Dean's going to start with possession. Ooh, beautiful cut from Dean there to kick us off into game number 5. He is not here to mess around. He's here to play around because we're playing air hockey. Man. Greg will return with a cut of his own, reminding us that this is not a one-sided game in the least. Greg is here to try to take this rank and pull himself up in the North Carolina race. Like I said, we have our state tournament happening this June, and up in your rank is going to increase your and better your seed for the bracket. So I know that going from North Carolina 21 to North Carolina 18 is going to make you feel quite a lot better about where you're standing. Unfortunate self-score from Dean there. Greg will take those all day as he ties up the game. Lovely cut. That cut is working for him. He's going to keep trying to make Dean flinch, hoping that he's trying to guard a wall shot instead of a straight shot. Losing possession, Dean might be getting frustrated here. We have to break out that other Waffle House sleeve at some point. See that back and forth rally of shots. Greg is only 2 points away from trying to bring himself up out of this. Dean is only 3 points away from taking the set for himself and turning this into set 1. Oh, an unfortunate self-score. Greg accidentally ties up this game. Dean is only 1 point away from taking the set for himself. Greg has to make something happen here and now, and he doesn't. Dean, the mean, will take set number 1. 4 7-point games in a row, everybody. They call him the Mean Dean doing something. We're going to cut that immediately, but don't worry. We are going to go ahead and be right back in 7 minutes. Don't go anywhere. We are going to come right back for set number 2. All right, everybody, we are back for set number 2. Dean the Mean has taken the first set against Greg the Great, and we are going to be transitioning into set number 2, best 3 out of 5 sets. Greg will start with the puck and try to turn this game around for himself. Let's see if he does.
Mike, we're up. Ready?
What a way to start off a set number 2 with a 6-6. This is a full mirror of the last game we had on this for set number 1 for game number 1. If you were watching earlier, you know that Greg won the first game of the first set in a 7-6 game. This is the second 7-6 they've had in the match. Dean takes his 10-second timeout. He has possession. This is his chance to try to tie up their 7-6s. Tries that double bank he's been practicing all day. And he pairs it with a lovely right wall under, taking his first game of this set. 1 minute on the clock. Dean is going to try to have a repeat of his first set.
They call me a repeat offender.
No one calls him that. Not legally, not figuratively. No one calls Dean a repeat offender. This is the second time we've had to scratch something that Dean has said from the record. But I will be transitioning off of the commentator table. I must skedaddle with me and my mascot, but we will be joined by Wesley the Wise. I don't know, I'm just doing a lot of alliterative nicknames today, but he will be on the commentator mic watching over our scoreboard, so be very nice, and I hope to see you all in the comments. plugging us along as we will be continuing this match between Dean the Mean and Greg the Great. And later today, we have Will Upchurch versus Billy Stubbs coming out of Chicago. We're going to hope we can have a stream set up where we can watch them. And then later today, we have Gerardo versus Los for one of the top 5 spaces in North Carolina they're contending for. So don't go anywhere as we're about to get into game number 2 of set number 2. Take it away, Wesley.
Yay, Tim! Yay, Jaeger! Actually, forget Tim. Yay,
Oh,
Jaeger!
mascot doggo.
Mascot Doggo.
Is there a clear? Oh, okay. You just get manual. Gotcha. Appreciate that. Cheers, brother.
You're turned up right now, but if you want to turn it down.
I got you. And here we are. I will be filling in commentary now. This is Wesley Morris, also known as Johnny Bootlegger. Greg off to a quick start. Certainly not a hole that Dean cannot crawl out of, though. He has seen and, of course, a veritable veteran. Maybe, just maybe, Greg is picking up a little momentum right now. Ooh, hammering that under. Through one, and we have a table off. And we are back. Let's see if Greg can establish that cut that he's known for. Ooh, and a little mistake makes a 4-1 and a quick timeout called after that to reset. Timeout is over. Slowing the pace down a bit here is Greg. Looking for an opening. Defense not letting up, making every shot hard. Oof, and we have a puck off the table. It's 2 combatants going at it as hard as they can. That puck's not ready for them.
Ready.
Oh my goodness. Another puck off the table.
Ready.
These two are no strangers. They have formed a close bond under air hockey. I do even believe they are competing in state doubles together this year. So a fine honing of skill. Greg with the game point. self-inflicted goal. An uncommon mistake for Dean. And now we have the games tied up.
We're gonna take our 2 minutes, Wes.
They have called for their 2-minute timeout. Dean will reassess his strategy. And here we go to set number 3. And here we go to game number 3 on set 2. Tied 1 apiece. This is where legends are made. Any minute now, our referee should be dropping puck. And here we go. Greg off with an early lead again. Ooh. Greg off to a fast and hot start. Maybe he's gaining a little confidence after that last one. Dean, though, sporting the Waffle House arm sleeve, is a force to be reckoned with. He's been in this position before. I do not expect him to fold. And a response. Slowing the pace now. Ooh, switching hands. Greg, one of North Carolina's ambidextrous players. His only problem seems to be making sure that he doesn't have one injured at any given time, suffering multiple fractures over the course of the year. Ooh. Quick response. It can be devastating sometimes. He's finding that. Just a ferocious pace. Oh, this is all gas, no brakes. And now we're at game point. Let's see what he's got. Greg with the win. 7-4.
Good game, Greg. Usually takes me a little while to warm up. 4
Folks, you'll have to give me a little bit of time to get used to this. This is a whole new setup for me. I'm managing a scoreboard and a new system that I have had a 5-minute crash course in. So bear with me. With, let's see, loss of control and position there. Pacing has slowed down quite a bit on this one now. I've been told that I'm not talking loud enough, so I'm going to attempt to talk louder now without disturbing the players. Ooh, a flying puck that has settled nicely. Furious volley. We'll get that score updated in 1 second when I figure it out. We have a 5-2 game right now. Game point 2. Game point 3. Let's see how this one goes on. With a 7-3 game. And we are back
Yeah.
with the start of set number 3. Tied 1-1 apiece.
I practiced with
Will Greg carry the momentum over, or will Dean be able to find his way as he did in set 1?
Greg, no, I have not advanced to the next level.
Alright, game one. You ready?
Ready.
Ready?
And we are off. Greg looking for that cut. Each player trying to feel each other out right now, looking for that very first goal. Greg really likes to play near that center line. Oof, and a powerful shot, ricocheting off the table. No injuries.
I got an image in my head that's going to drive me to victory.
Ready?
Dean perceiving himself to victory right now. Let's see if he can back it up. Some nice drifting. A ferocious first volley. Forehand. Ooh, and Dean with the first point. Greg playing up on that line, and Dean with another. You have to wonder what he thought of during the break. Oof.
1, 2.
Both players, at least, having an exemplary grip today. Fashionistas.
1, 3.
Ooh, and another one trickling through. So unforced errors can come back to bite you. Hammering that right wall. Greg with a quick response. Another error. Dean slowing it down, looking for the right shot. Have to wonder if he'll keep working those walls. Ooh, Greg with the hand switch. Ooh! And we have our over.
Ready? Play.
Please.
Four, 5. 4, game point.
And we are at game point on the first game.
5, game point.
But it is not over yet. Meticulous timing.
Dean, ready? Play.
Good reflexes to keep that puck in. Craig with possession. Possession is one of the keys to victory. He really thought that was going in. After a barrage of scoring, we are seeing a nice volley between these two right now. Dean taking it.
Holy shit.
Hell of a last point.
Coach. We are back and we're live.
We are
back
live.
and
We are live, Paul.
We are back and live.
You'll get the hang of it, kid.
We are finally back on the mic.
We're new to the industry.
We were muted right before we gave Griffin obligatory shout out. I believe he was saying that Greg is playing good with the right hand and the left hand, but the right hand is right now.
Excellent points, Rick. Excellent points.
Excellent points.
Over.
The ambidextrous man.
Ooh, and we have another over.
Play.
Greg really likes to play close to that center line and the edge. He is our resident edge lord.
I was a little too short, but Dean tried to do it on his own.
We just crack ourselves up. We're not here for the money, folks. We're here for the fun. My God, and a lightning shot. Whew.
Man.
Watch your
Thank God
fingers,
we
watch
have
your
a
eyes.
barricade for our fans. The arcade is just another air hockey table.
How many people would you say have turned out to this event today? 100? 200?
This is just the start. Our live stream is just exploding right now from all our fans.
Absolutely.
But we will have people begging to come in the doors by 2 o'clock when we're watching. When North Carolina travels to Chicago for Will Downchurch versus Billy Stubbs. And then our headlining match, Gerardo Cortez and Carlos Hernandez.
Affectionately known as G.
Gee.
G unit.
Oh.
World rank 18 up for grabs. But don't forget, Paul, also the world rank of
Prestigious world rank
69. Nice.
World rank 69. I held that myself at one point for a solid
excellent,
week
Paul.
or two. And then I actually lost it to the man playing tonight, Gerardo D. Cortez.
Ah,
No, it's such a shame. Thank
remember,
God.
if you enjoy all this action, get on Sportsbet booking. Look for air hockey on the tab.
Look for FanDuel live now. I believe this match is on there. You don't know the odds of this one. It's about even. The spread is even for the Midday brothers.
Come out.
Ooh, and a timeout.
Called. Don't forget
if
your
it's-
timeout.
That's right.
Don't forget a timeout. Now we have a Cam coming out of nowhere. He is
Ooh,
alive.
a cam.
Live Cam appears.
1 to 4. Team ready? Greg ready?
Timeout is
Play.
And here we go.
timeout over. Oh,
Dean with a quick response.
quick one. No more of that edging. Oh, and Dean saves it from going in his own goal.
A lot of patience there. Lots of patience.
A lot of patience.
Ooh, the hand switch.
And the hand switch. I told Greg before with those hand switches that I questioned myself if he was switching hands or not when he was on offense, and apparently that is his goal. He wants you to not realize that he switches
Ooh,
hands.
and another over.
Ready? Play.
Another over. Now Greg's just showing off to the ref at this point. Oh no, you're good. We have all the views. Oh, Dean just fires back. Now Greg-
Dean refusing to lay down without a fight. Fast switch reflexes on these men.
4, 5.
Ooh, and an off speed
Off
that
speed.
gives
I
it
couldn't even
double
tell that one went
nickels.
in. That was the power of Waffle House compression speed. I've asked him for one before, and he said that's one of my favorite.
6, 5.
Oh,
And a timeout. As Dean storms back
timeout.
in this one.
Dean is
To take a
rallying
6-5 lead.
And if we get to 6-6, you know what that means? We're gonna get it on.
Get it on.
It's tattoo time.
Get it on.
Team ready?
Tats.
Play.
And we're back.
316. Oh well, Dean already has a 7-6 tattoo.
Oh, here we go. Show me.
Let's get it on. Oh, that slid in there. Slithery, sneaky snake.
Slithering snake.
Slithering, sneaky snake from Greg. That is not a bidet joke, by the way.
Both these boys sporting bidets.
The bidets. You can
buy Dean.
Do believe they are
you
the
wanna buy
Bidet
Dean a gift
brothers.
after This match. Buy him bidets, not bedines.
Bedines?
Bedines.
You say potato, I say
Yeah.
potato.
It looks that
You
bad.
can buy
Finally,
Dean a
someone
bidet
is
and
on it.
bidet accessories for his wedding gift.
And we are transitioning back over
What?
for some nice music. Back and live.
We are back and live for more
Game
hockey.
5.
Game
Potential
5.
set game.
Potential set game.
Greg, ready?
In whose favor?
Play.
Right now, Greg is up 3 games to 1 on Dean.
Potential set game in Greg's favor. Greg the Great. I've heard his nickname has been given today.
My goodness.
And Dean Badine.
Greg giving some hell. I mean,
Hey,
actually, a little known fact, Greg is short for Gregory.
Gregory. Dean is
Ooh, and an
short
unforced error.
for just Dean.
Deaniford.
Deanless.
Ready? Yeah, I'm ready. Play.
Oh,
Little on-table commentary between the boys, a little banter.
yeah.
I like to hear it.
Banter between these bidets.
Self-deprecation. It's better than self-defecation.
Self-deprecation. That is true. That has not come out yet.
Let's hope it stays in there.
Well, Dean said in the last game he's throwing himself right into the fire before his time out. And indeed he did with the unfortunate
Ready?
defeat.
Ready? Play.
No.
Oh.
Greg lives on that cut. It is a ferocious
Lives on that
one.
cup with the low top. I'm just mesmerized with that there.
Ooh,
The difference between
beautiful.
these players. Got ambidextrous Greg with the low top. Dean with his Waffle House compression sleeve, right hand only.
As I was saying earlier, these boys both have fabulous drift.
They do. They are drift kings, we could call them. Doing the Tokyo drifting.
What's your favorite Fast and Furious movie, Paul?
My favorite Fast and Furious movie would have to be out of the 100 that there are now. If I had to pick one, probably Fast and Furious 2. I don't remember the name of that one anymore. Is it just called Fast and Furious 2?
Probably.
I think it's just called Fast and Furious 2. They weren't that creative back then. They don't make them like they used to.
Or was it Too Fast, Too Furious? Yes.
We are. That one, what was that guy's name in Fast and Furious 2?
Which one?
The, he he started off being cool with Paul Walker, and then they had a little beef with
Ooh.
Tyrell guy, I think his name was.
Oh,
He was in
he was a
the
rapper.
Trailer Park guy.
Oh yeah.
He was he had Paul Walker had to get the permission to go off his probation, I think it was.
5-2.
And a 5-2 game, as we've
5-2.
discussed.
As we've
Movies
discussed,
that we don't
yeah.
know much about.
If you haven't seen Fast and Furious 2 yet, you can still watch it because I don't think I spoiled anything.
No real details were given. No,
If anything, you probably don't want to watch it now, but maybe you should. I think you'll get a better description.
if you want really
10
Fast
second
and
highlight.
Furious, then this is the place to be right now.
This is
Two
Fast and
players
Furious.
lighting it up on the table.
This is Fast and Furious 15 right here. It's starring
Oh, and we are at potential set
Greg
point.
Gibbon, Hal Gibbons, and Dean Waffle House. Oh.
My God, you can cut the tension with a knife.
gosh.
Beautiful. Just a
We-
beautiful cut to end it. And that puts Greg up.
That puts
2
Greg
sets.
Up 2 sets.
We will be taking
2-1.
our 7-minute break now,
We are
and
taking
we
a
will leave you.
7-minute break, and we will leave you with this
And now it's
wonderful
time to chug a
produced
Johnny
elevator
Bootlegger and smoke a cigarette.
music. Sponsored by Lucky
North
Strikes.
Carolina.
It's the cheapest form of Moncast you can get.
Haha. are live with
have to hit this button or
commentating
no?
now with Rayford,
Hey.
learning the ropes.
That's right. First time over here in the brand new North Carolina booth.
Up here in the skybox,
Here we have Greg and Dean. Two of the Titans of North Carolina.
just an epic showdown.
The long arm battle. Wow.
Set 4.
Yes, that is correct. We have a new referee. His name's Paul.
Your
Yeah.
former commentator, now
Yes.
on refereeing duties. He's a man that can do it all.
Yeah.
Play, talk, and ref.
And somehow also looks good. It's not fair.
He's a beautiful man.
Like normally you can only have, 2 of 3 things: looks, ability, and other ability. But he got all 3. Oh no. 2-0.
Out to a quick start is Dean.
That's right. Dean over here. He said he was revving his engine outside. So
Greg trying to
honestly,
stop the
probably
hemorrhaging.
great time out there.
Absolutely.
He
He needs to
said-
regain some of that momentum. that he
Especially
had
because,
earlier.
Dean gets really tired, so the longer he draws things on, the more tired Dean will get. Yelled. You vote. You turn. And I think a lot of this, actually, I don't know if you guys have talked about it, especially with Paul, because Paul's here on the Tuesday night league, right?
That's right.
And so Greg's been playing in the league. I think he's been doing pretty good. And we can
believe so.
see, right? Like I haven't played against Greg in a while, but everything that he's doing is very
He's trying
crisp,
to
very
earn that
strong.
18 and 69 rank, I'll tell you what.
I think he told me that. Never mind. Something about like getting 69 either way. Win or lose, because I'm here.
Absolutely.
Bam! That is just a nasty monster under. If I do say myself.
Yes, sir.
That's
yes, sir.
crazy there. So, was it? It was 6-2. If you make 6-3 comeback, that's gonna be great. That's gonna be crazy there. Uh-oh. Here it comes. Oh.
Greg's reaching for that shovel, and he is digging deep right now.
He goes going one. Oh.
But Dean pulls it out with a 7-4.
That's right.
Game 1 going to Dean.
And the crowd goes mild. Woo.
They're freaking out.
Yeah.
Sweet, sassy Mo Lassie.
Dean, you got a catchphrase? You got a chant? What do we do for you?
Yeah, it's lick it, stick it, see you later, bye.
That's right. Dean was up
From his
6-2. Almost got caught down to 6-4, but then he said, lick it, stick it, see you later, bye. Won the game. 7-2-4.
After hearing someone else say it,
Yes.
that's even better.
He's like, oh, say it again.
That is just like wine.
Maybe it's something. Anyone's good.
He just like cheese, buddy.
And our referee getting on the sauce. Always good to see. See, here in North Carolina, the only thing we love more than air hockey is drinking. And they are not mutually exclusive.
Correct. Well, I guess we can go ahead and just pencil in Greg for winning the next 4 games.
My
That's
God.
what we've seen every other set. Person that wins the first game loses the next 4.
Is history doomed to repeat itself?
Maybe not. Dean said, I heard what you said. Suck it. Luckily, we have a little
Flying
protective shield over here.
That's right.
With a little push cut. Interesting.
Interesting.
The only thing I can think of for Greg is, I don't know if you guys have heard the like Greg Olson back when he was in Miami, they had their little rap.
Yeah.
Heard about that one?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. When he was with the U.
That's right, the U. So go ahead, you can censor me out, just say beep. But you know, what's your name, G Greg? What you do, get? How you do it? Drop my. Show my third. But you know, I don't know if you guys have already brought up the trivia, but if you were to go back all the way to the very first video posted by North Carolina Air Hockey, you'd see a little baby Dean. Now
He
at
was
that
a youngin'.
time, that's right, he was a young boy, no beard, probably a hat. He's always kind of had weird looking
He's been
hair,
happy.
funny head shape, but
No comment.
he was you know, now he's defending NC 18. I think back then they were playing for like NC 10. I mean NC 9,
My God.
5 even. I know he's been NC top 5. You know, if we were to talk about NC former, you know, being top 10 in North Carolina, being like a North Carolina master, he'd be one of them.
Absolutely.
Formerly.
King of the dinosaurs.
He said, he told me earlier, after he puts down this young pup who's coming for him, because Dean was one of Greg's, you know, first serious coaches.
Absolutely.
With serious training sessions. He said, I'm going to come for everybody else.
Man's hungry.
That's right. He said he's only been defending this rank because of the cultural significance of World Rank 69.
Everyone knows. It's ridiculous.
But he said if he loses that, he's coming for everybody else. Dean finally hit the puck really hard. Just like his coach has been telling him.
Let's hope we see a little more of that on the table right now. He's gonna need it. Potential game point. Greg with the 7-3 win.
One of the
And we will be transitioning 1 minute for a scoreboard up.
Alright, we've transitioned back because we wanted to see Dean praying to the table.
Yeah, I've got stuff to work on going into states. Yeah, but I've got a plan cooking. Oh yeah.
He just told everybody, I might as well let the audience know, he's getting ready for states. He's got a plan cooking. And so, at the North Carolina State Tournament, the state tournament of North Carolina,
The best state tournament in the world.
it'll be June 9th and 10th. Or something like, maybe 10th and 11th.
Be there or be square.
That's right. Down at the Maywood something Garden, something in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Beautiful
The tickets have gone on sale.
City
so
of Oaks.
go ahead and sign up. just like I predicted, right? Like Dean won the first game, Greg won the next one. He's probably going to win the next 3. That's just how the pattern goes.
Bold prediction, but so far history does seem to be proving you right, Rat.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a
And our referee
historian.
has been wounded, but he seems to be all right.
I got a bad memory. I don't think too good. Dean going with a little suicide drift there, but pulls the puck out of the corner, puts it into Greg's goal. Greg said, hello,
Not on my
and then
watch.
hit a forehand immediately.
Greg's reach is just something that's going to be hard for Dean to overcome.
Well, I'll tell you right now, as someone who was just over there refing, Greg does this thing where he goes straight up to the line and he hits almost every puck on the line. And then he also has this weird thing where I don't know if you can tell when you're watching, but he has some sort of a natural delay in his backhand shots that, like, my brain kind of expects him to hit the puck sooner than he does.
Absolutely.
And
Quite
so
deceptive.
I'm quite glad that I'm not playing him in this match because I feel like I'd be flinching everywhere.
Discipline is key. Here we go.
Plus, y'all saw me get smoked by a lefty. So if he pulled out his lefty, I don't need it. I got smoked by a righty too, but so worst of both worlds actually. But I don't know if you heard, but I heard that the 5-3. Sorry, our scorekeeper's been slacking, not me.
Wasn't too much Johnny
6-3.
Bootlegger for me.
You mean Mountain Time Premium Lager, buddy?
My
That's all I drink. It is cool, crisp, and refreshing.
Johnny Bootlegger will give you rock and will hopefully sponsor the state tournament if they're listening right now.
That'd be great, you know? That'd be great. And then I could drink
7-3
it.
Dean.
7-3.
Or 8-3.
Wait, so what happens if I don't hit transition and then go to update the score?
You can do that. We can keep talking.
Ah, welcome. So, what in the world just happened? They broke the pattern.
They broke the pattern.
An elephant never forgets.
The wheel has
Dean
been broken.
said, lick it, stick it, put it in the back and kick it, suck it. Here I am, destroying destiny. I create my own destiny, breaking the hourglass, just like season 41 in Survivor,
Absolutely.
or 42 in Survivor. He's just like Erica. He's a little lamb, but now he's gonna rise up like a lion.
Lion. Ferocious.
Spoiler alert if you haven't seen season 42.
We're talking about sucking it up and shooting it in.
That's right.
Suck it up, shoot it in. There we go.
The
Little
oh, time's up.
Yeah, yep. That's all I got for you.
Did we even start the timer?
No, it did.
Oh,
Number 4, you ready, Greg?
well,
Alright, 28.
all I see is a 0.
Zero's on the board. There we go.
1-0.
Someone forgot to do the transitions. I mean, they can see it anyway.
2-1. Zero all.
My fat fingers can't keep up with the pace of scoring, I tell you.
That's crazy. Because you do got some fat fingers.
I call them butcher's hands.
You ever see salad fingers? It's kind of like that, but not green.
Not today.
3 all.
Just a furious pace right now.
I mean, defense is kind of overrated. I heard some great advice from the great Jesse Dowdy. If you're listening, shout out. But he said, play defense once, score every time you've got the puck.
Makes sense
That's
to
all
me.
you need. And then you're going to win. long as you score every time you got the puck, and you play defense once, the most they can get is 6.
Sage wisdom.
That's right. I mean, he's a world champion. First world champion.
My goodness.
Yeah, 900 years ago. Somehow, still kicking, still giving advice. But if you look at it, everybody go ahead and go to the Googles, type in the Wikipedia's Air Hockey World Champions. Go back to 1950, something like that. And,
Specs seem right.
it's going to take you like 20 years before you see another champion. That guy was dominant.
True master of the sport.
True master. Yeah. Not like, no one here in North Carolina is a true master yet. But y'all better watch out.
We're coming.
That's right. Like, look, you're watching this match here between 18 and 21. Like, you're probably looking at them like, wow, these guys are master level.
The way they're playing.
But see,
Good defense right now. Tightening up.
the way they're playing, reminds me of that Key and Peele, forehand, backhand. Ooh, I think I figured out this game. Forehand, smack.
Ooh. A stamina timeout.
My boy Paulie and the ref loves good timeouts.
Alright, timeout over. Ready, Greg? Ready. Alright, hug it.
Excellent defense.
Ready, Dean? Ready. Alright, hug it.
Does Dean have enough gas left in the tank?
I mean, if he does, he needs to stop hitting all these off goals. Like the way I see
Bob
it,
Gray.
the guy over here just took 6 shots, 0 on goal. So if he's running out of stamina, he needs to aim better.
Calculated shots.
Yeah. All right, let's start this minute.
Conservation of energy.
Plus 1 second. No, why are we muted?
I wasn't muting mid-match. It's really fucking up my jaw.
Yeah, dude, we can see it. You got too many chins, buddy. Suck them in.
And we're back.
And we're back with Wes
Johnny Bootlegger.
and John B. Who we have?
Also known as Snipes. Because I
Wow,
love
it's
Blade.
tied up. This set is already guaranteed to go to more games than any of the previous.
Exciting times.
That's right.
Thunderous.
Bottom. Playing music with the puck.
Tactical. He forces Greg to expend more energy retrieving the puck.
That's smart.
Oh, it's air hockey.
It's a hockey, it's an ice hockey one that's been modified.
That's right.
Ready? Ready. Alright, hug it.
Here we got the pop. Bing. Ooh, left wall over a 10. Honestly, this is just pretty brutal for me right now. I ran out of my beverage.
There's always a time to pause for more drink.
I should have. We just had the whole minute. We need a beer runner.
Alright, fuck it.
One day the sport will be that big.
Heard another ref brought some beer. Let's see what I can steal from him.
Hopefully he has a mountain time.
Ooh, he's
premium
got a lot of
lager.
pineapple stuff. I guess he likes that stuff. He goes by Pineapple Paul. Organic seltzer, grapefruit melon.
Organic seltzer. What is
I mean,
an
honestly,
inorganic seltzer?
It's really weird that it's just in his backpack, Glenn. There are 2 refrigerators here. That was great. Great under.
For a nice buzz, I just like to chew on lead.
Oh. That explains a lot.
It sure does.
If your audience, if you were wondering, the lead takes effect in the next next match. You know, this is a little tame fella right now.
Right now. Oh, don't worry. I'll be drinking soon.
He said, yeah, you better get started, buddy. I think they're playing 3 out of 5, right?
I believe so.
So if Greg wins, it's over. You should start drinking.
I'll pour one out for the homies after the match.
I'll pour one into my mouth for the homies right now.
Something about mouths.
Something about things. I mean, you know, I did give some secret stuff to Austin Fernandez that he took down his throat. And after that, he won 4 games in a row against
My
Joey.
God.
Yeah, some people call it ibuprofen. Other people call it acetaminophen.
Call it a performance enhancer.
That's right. It's a performance enhancing, and it was my secret stuff. I pulled it out of my pocket.
Remember, kids, when Ray hands you pills, take them. Don't ask questions.
That's right. It
A
will
5-3 match.
help you.
My goodness, this puck will just not stand. Dean can use every second, though.
That looked like palming to me.
He's looking a little winded.
Alright, ready, Dean? Ready? Alright, fuck it.
He said, fucking play. I wonder if we can turn down the brightness on the stream. It's so bright. Because we obviously can't turn down the sun.
I just thought that was the lid.
No, yeah, that's your eyes, buddy. Your brain.
You hear it, right?
I'm not your buddy guy.
I'm not your guy, pal.
I'm not your pal, friend.
Can we have someone like Kelson, but we're not.
My goodness, we are having some technical issues with the puck right now.
Maybe it's.
Here is my hero.
And we have a neutral sanding party now.
Arguably neutral. I've seen
Arguably
some
neutral.
cheering.
Oh, fair.
There goes my hero. Yeah.
Inspecting the puck. It seems to be clear to play. Oh, we're not going to even let Dean inspect it. It's a little sus.
Crazy. It could be the puck, it could be the table, it could be the people.
All right.
Imagine getting distracted while playing.
My God.
That
Amateur.
could never happen to me.
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
Point 3, table off.
The table is off.
It's distracting to watch you play, Ray, with those beautiful calves you have.
That's right.
My
It's
God.
not the only thing. I'm glad I had to get good calves so people would stop looking there, you know.
I know.
They look up any further.
They're just going to drop dead.
That's right. I don't have time to handle all those suitors. But I heard this current photon's about to get cheated on.
Woohoo.
That little new baby blue.
Shout out to Steve for letting us use his facilities at Archetype Strength and Conditioning.
True, he's our one.
He's a real mensch.
Non-monetary sponsor, but giving more than most.
That's right. Despite having such a bad attitude about everything, he's a great guy.
Yeah, but you know, I think the bad attitude might be fake, right? Because he has to look like he has a bad attitude because he's got a little mohawk, right? You can't have a mohawk and be good attitude.
I've never seen a 40-plus year with a mohawk that rocks it like he does.
That's right. And he benches 300 or something.
recently engaged. Donamao, he managed to pull that
They
one.
don't.
Ooh, there's a lot of sweat on the table. We're getting it clean. Ooh, I gotta start the timer.
Don't worry.
Oh, thank
And
you.
here we go. Potential set match game.
As you can see, or maybe can't see, the players have opted to switch to a yellow puck. Not because it's yellow, but because the other one was dragging.
Both players agreed to this. What? And the red puck came back. A little fake out.
Ready, Dean? Ready. Alright, okay.
Playing mind games on each other.
2-1.
If there's ever time to dig deep, it was now for Dean.
Come on. What's that monster truck? He kind of looks like a monster truck
That's
fella
right.
right now. Where's the grave digger?
Grave digger.
Need him,
This
need him
is
to come to life.
Sunday. All I see is a whole lot of cake.
There's
It must be somebody's
parents
birthday.
were a bakery. One of them Jello cakes,
Oh yeah.
The wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
I'd like to see his pudding pop. My goodness.
All right, tied up, 2-2.
Double being pulled out of the bag of tricks.
3-2.
Oh, he's peppering him. What's that? Right hand, left hand, right hand. Oh, well,
Full of pucks today.
he's making some jokes. That's throwing his
I like to see
opponent
some
off.
humor on the table.
It's a little. I like to say,
awesome mallet.
you on the table. I think, right, like, when I watch this, Dean's just Russian.
Well, he's not Ukrainian, that's for sure.
Well,
Actually, I have no idea.
his last name is Polish.
Oh, interesting.
I have no idea if that's true, actually. But it's spelled like
It's commentary.
Illumini, Illumini or
Yeah.
something. But it's
This
like Ionelli. So maybe that's Italian.
Well, this commentary team's never afraid to say something, whether it's true or not.
That's right.
We'll live and die by it, though.
He loves him some cannolis, so maybe he is Italian. He said something about long tubular options with cream in the middle.
My goodness.
That's what I describe a cannoli. Maybe an eclair. Where's an
my-
eclair?
Double nickels on the board.
Oh, baby, jazz hands.
I want to see a 6-6.
Put 'em up.
Honestly, right?
I want to hear what Wes says at 6-6.
Me too.
Honestly.
My trademark catchphrase.
Okay.
Point. Last point. Dan point. 5.
Oh!
Set point. Match point.
We've got it going on. 6-6. Show me!
Get hype.
Ready, Dean?
Crowd going wild. Boom, boom.
Thunderous
boom.
applause.
Oh.
Cut the tension with a knife.
Oh, yep, there's a lot.
God.
Both players. Defense.
And Greg pulls it out.
Greg
What a wonderful match.
pulls it out.
Two
sticks
titans.
it in.
The neighbors.
Wait, with
Good
the camera.
sportsmanship right there.
And remember, we will be back soon with live coverage of the match straight from Chicago.
If we can figure out how to do it, do it,
Oh.
do it.
Billy the Machine Stubbs, challenged by
Will the Juggernaut Upchurch.
North
Adopted
Carolina.
North Carolina.
Very biased.
Very biased. All right. Until we see you again.